All right, for this last video, this video 3 for 7.5, right? This last video is actually going to probably make the most sense out of all of them because we're talking about basically why we use these things. So exponential functions are actually something that they use in real world things, and they model situations which are very real. So some of the problems you're going to have on ALEKs, you're going to have 2 problems in your lesson where you're going to have to kind of look at how do you apply exponential function stuff to it. So let's take a look at this and look at a couple common sense kind of things that we're going to see. All right, so the problem, and I'll make this a little bigger so you can read it to start with, says the dollar value v of t of a certain car model that is t years old, so however old it is given by the following exponential function. And what it has there then is it says v of t is equal to 19,900 times 0.95 raised to the t power. All right, so if we look at that, okay, we kind of think about what that means. Well, usually everything kind of has an intercept, right? And think about what we're talking about. We're talking about a car. So a car's greatest value is always when it's brand new. And then as time goes on, its price, it depreciates in value. It goes down. And it goes down exponentially, which means more and more every year. Right? So it might drop $1,000 one year. Well, then the following year, it's going to drop more than $1,000. It's not going to drop linearly. It's going to drop more as time goes on. So that's exponential. And this equation represents that for this particular problem. So when it says find the initial value of the car, this is the hardest part of the problem. Initial value of the car. Well, initial value is when it's new. When the car is new. All right? So to find the initial value of the car, if the car is new, that means that the number of years old it is, in other words, t, is 0. So you would just do v of t is equal to $19,900 times 0.95 to the 0 power. And what I know about anything when it's to the 0 power is that it's 1. So you would wind up with this. And then by looking at this problem, you can see that the car's initial value is $19,000 and $19,900. All right? So that's pretty easy. And usually once you do a couple of these, you'll be able to look right at this and go, oh, well, the initial value is going to be, the thing that doesn't have the exponent on it. So 19,900. Now, the value after 12 years is going to be basically the same kind of thing, except that you're going to put 12 in. So if we're finding v of, and I'm going to write this differently, if we write this v of 12, that is going to be 19,900 times 0.95 to the 12th power. And so when you do these problems, you'll need access to some kind of a calculator. And I'm pulling mine up right now on my phone. If you have an iPhone, you'll have to actually turn the lock screen off so that you can take it and then you can turn it to the left to get the scientific functions. And then what you do is you put in your number, your 0.95, and then you hit the X to the Y button and then put 12 in. And then that gives you a number. And then you multiply that by 19,900. And we get the amount $10,753. And it says round it to the nearest dollar. So 10,753. So that means that after 12 years, the car is worth approximately $10,750. All right, so basically all you're doing with those problems is you're putting in the value where the exponent is. So that's kind of something new for you. But if you kind of remember how to do your functions and how that works, you should be okay. All right, so good luck with the assignments today, and if you have any questions, I'll have a Google Hang opened up and you can come check in. Thanks.